So, did you ever have anything stolen from you? Because, I have. And if you're anything like me, when you get your shit stolen, you kind of have those feelings.
And I know what I want to win this guy. When I see him, I'm gonna fucking talk to him and,
Anyway. So, I got my stuff stolen, a few months back now. And, that got me thinking. I got some minor stuff stolen. What if somebody stole my bike? I would probably,
And a bit of...
So, to actually do that, or, get your stuff back, you need a way to track your stuff. So, I've been looking around, and most GPS solutions are pretty expensive. And I went to, the famous Chinese website with all the cheap stuff, and the first thing I found, was this little thing, which says, actually, GPS GUF 07. But this GUF 07 is a liar, because what I found out is it does have a battery, but there is no GPS antenna in here. It's just a GPRS antenna. So this is pretty much useless because they only find like a few points on the antenna and triangulate, and then you get about and guesstimate of where you are, which is not really helpful. You can actually, can you see? Yeah, it says GSM for GSM antenna. So these are useless. Don't buy these. In fact, there's like a GF09 and stuff like that. They don't work. They're crap. So you can throw those out and instead buy something like this. This is a M730, I believe. And as one can see, it does the bleeps and the fleeps and the sweeps. Already put a SIM card in, my own. And here you got the GPS antenna. There's a battery in here. And these actually do seem to work. The setup was a bit fiddly, so I'm gonna go through that in this video. And maybe you'll be like, oh shit, I want cheap GPS as well. Because there's no subscription costs. You just need to buy a prepaid SIM card with a number, so you can communicate with the module. Setup is, well, it's kind of annoying because it's a really bad Chinese instruction, and the unit does have some weird quirks to it, but it does work. So I think it costs like 15 bucks, 15 euros. So with like a 10 euro card for 25 bucks, you get actual security and tracking, and it works. I already tested it with a trial run, and I'll show some footage of how it looks on the mobile phone, because you can track it with an app, which is based on Google Maps anyway. So yeah, cute little bugger. Look at it go. Boop, boop, boop. Perfect. Anyway, the wiring on it is pretty straightforward. It looks like any normal old relay. However, I do mind the cover only fits on it one way, and I just put a little marking so I don't have to guess. Snaps on pretty easy. Yeah. So obviously you got your earth, your minus. You got your red one, the pluses. Also has a fuse in it, which is nice, I guess. This one is a contact wire, the orange one, which goes to the key, and it's essentially just a signal wire telling you, oh, it's on, or the module or off. So when you turn the key on your bike, the module will know it's in on position. And for my convenience, I just wired the orange one and the red one to the plus side of the battery, and the black one to the minus side. So I could test everything out. That's pretty much it. You have these two wires, which are a signal wire for the fuel pump. Pretty straightforward. You can send a command to the module to turn on or off the signal. If you have like an old bike, like I do, what I'm going to do is put another relay on here as well, and actually going to use the ignition signal as my on and off stop. So this little relay is going to tell me, tell this relay to go on or off, and when it's on, the signal can pass from my crankcase to the ignition to give a spark. And when it tells to go off, it will turn off, and so it won't have any spark anymore. So maybe you can go directly on these wires, but no, you probably can't. So if you want to use this on your ignition system, use an extra relay and hook that up, and I'll show it in this video how I'm going to hook it up. I'm not an expert, but it should be good. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And hopefully this all works, and I won't have to. So yeah, cool. That's pretty much it. Okay, bye. So this is what you see when you first start the app. You get the map, and here you get your list of devices. In the top left corner, there's the plus sign. You press that, and you go to your add device menu. You can enter the code yourself, or you can use the scanner, which is way easier. And you scan the casing of the relay, and it will go boop. There you go. And that's how you add your first device. Now it's in the list, as you can see. Here's all your information. You can change a couple of stuff, and its current or last position. The first line is where you can change the icon. I just changed it to a motorbike, of course, because it's a motorbike. Yeah, and all other stuff, information is here as well. Before I forget, you have to unlock your SIM card before you put it into the module, or else the module can't communicate with your phone, because you have to send some commands back and forth before you can use it, and afterwards with the commands as well. If your module can't reach the SIM card because it's locked, then it won't work. So don't forget to unlock that before you put it into the module. So in order for your module to receive and send data, you have to set its provider's APN, depending on which SIM card you're using. So an easy way to find this is just Googling your provider name with APN, and then seeing what comes up as their APN gateway. Then you can simply send a command of APN plus your password, which the default is 123456, plus your APN name, and then your module will send a message back with APN OK, which means the connection works. So after your APN is set and it works, you can set your admin. Again, this works with admin, then your default password, and then putting in your phone number. So the module will only respond to your phone number, which is handy, of course. For me, it didn't work, and I didn't realize this until later, but my module was low on battery, so it wasn't able to send any messages anymore. So you have to do this when it's connected to the battery of your vehicle, so you can be sure that it has enough oomph to actually send the messages and receive the messages. So do this after you did an APN, and you should have a secure connection to your module as well, without anybody else being able to hijack your module. So in the command menu, you can change all the different settings for the GPS and send it commands. Pretty straightforward. Does what it says on the tin and doesn't really need an explanation, and you can just experiment about what everything does when you have it installed. Other important menu is the alerts menu. This is where your device stores its alerts, vibration alarm, geofence, stuff like that. Overspeeding if you have that on, or the AC on alert. Pretty simple stuff. You can set multiple geofences, which essentially just pick a spot on the map, and you decide how big the circle of the geofence is, and if it goes out, it will give an alert, and when it goes in again, it will give an alert as well. Pretty easy stuff. It's really easy to set up. It doesn't really need an explanation further, but just know these are like the prompt messages that it sends to your phone, and it has a list of them stored away with the date and time, so you can easily check when what happened. And you can also click the little red icon on the side to see where it was when it gave the alert. Really riveting stuff. So now for the meat and bones, the GPS itself. Here's the view of the GPS tracker. It's essentially Google Maps. You can switch between a map view and a satellite view. Makes no real difference. The green line you see is the route I took. This is a route from about a month back, and the live view is essentially the same with just without the scrolling and the green line, and you get some actual data from the bike itself. But this is how it looks. Easy to track. It's really accurate as well. I rarely have that it skips a point. So far it's been really stable and really easy to use and really accurate. Damn. So the accurate. I can't even acrobat. Damn. Accurate. No. Shit. Accurate. That's it. Let's go. Accurate. It's really accurate. My God. Anyway, skip that. It's really accurate. My speech is not, but it works really well. Not much more to say. I think I'm gonna go over to the install portion of the video. Yeah. I hope this helps or something. I don't know. Accurate. One last thing. You can go to the profile tab and click instructions, and it will send you to the website with all the quick setup guides and stuff like that, and instructions and help. They also have a customer service. If you send them an email, they will respond back. From my experience, ask them one question at a time. If you ask them 2 questions or more in one email, they will only answer one. So send them one question at a time. I don't know. This is always the thing with Chinese help desk services. They never answer multiple questions. They always answer the first or last question. So keep that in mind when you ask them for help. Just send them multiple messages if you have more questions. Okay, so let's say you've went through all the setup of the GPS unit. You need to find a spot on where you want to put it, and it's not too noticeable by any would-be thieves, you know? So, for my bike, the seat's here, so I was thinking either, just put it here, directly under the seat, and it's a nice spacious area. It's going to be dry as well. Not too much heat from the engine. No moisture from the back wheels spitting up, so it should be good. Nice and close to the battery, so I don't have to use a lot of wire to get it hooked up. But on the other hand, you only have to lift up the seat and you'll find the unit. And if you kind of know what it is, you'll be like, oh shit, GPS unit, and throw it out. So another option might be is putting it somewhere around here, because it already houses all the electronics. But on the other hand, yeah, who I'll actually notice you maybe here, you know, like, maybe not. So I think I'm gonna go with under the seat here. I think it should be good enough. And if anybody does steal my bike, I'll just hop in the car and run them over or something, you know, and then I'll call the police. Yeah, probably. Anyway, I think I've settled on this location. Just put it in like this. Yeah, nice amount of room. Easy peasy, and with the seat on, nobody can tell. And I'll just have to hook it up to these wires. And my wiring loom is already custom because it was already really bad when I bought the bike. So yeah, I can just hook it up here. And I'm gonna split these and give it a new connector. Give this an extra connector, and then click, and then the ACC wire can go that way. These two wires can go to, I think it's this one to this one. This is the signal wire to my coil. So if I can do this with the relay installed. Yeah, so it's the next morning, and I installed my Thingy-me-bob GPS unit. And I was having some weird problems yesterday, because on the other battery it ran fine, worked perfectly, but now I'm getting this weird error where the relay is clicking all the time. Click and click. So, and the manual doesn't specify this error, but I think I found out what the problem is, because I can't connect to it. It's offline. It's trying to reboot the whole time and not capable of doing so. But I think when your battery drops below 9 volts, so let me check if I can do this with one hand, like weird chopstick movement. Yeah, so that's not a lot, and I charged this battery yesterday before I left. And when I was monitoring from home, I saw the voltage dropping slowly on the app, because it can monitor the voltage it's getting. So what I think happens is it's trying to power itself off the battery, but it can't because the voltage is too low. It's constantly restarting. So I think if I plug it out, it will detect that it's not on the battery anymore and will go off its own internal battery. So let's check it out. Yeah, see, it stops clicking. And this is normal. Yada yada yada. Oh, there we go. GSM connecting. And yeah, look. So now that I got it hooked up to the charger, the battery, it's already getting a GPS signal, and the green light should be starting to blink any minute now. Come on, blink, blink. Anyway, this green light should start up in a sec. But it does have a GPS connection now, so that's good. And I do think it's stable when it's running on 12 volts, but we'll have to see. Kind of a pity though. I was hoping for a more stable solution. I contacted the manufacturer to see what they have to say about it not starting up when under low power, because it does have an internal battery that should keep it alive for quite a while. Okay, so it's been on for a while now. Let's see if I can poop it out. I can. And Now it doesn't have a oh, there we go. Bloop, bloop. So it was constantly blue before. That means it didn't have any GPS signal. But I think when it's static and not moving, it goes into a power saving mode and shuts off the GPS antenna. So that's probably it. Anyway, it's been on for a while now since it's on the charger. No errors, so it's probably caused by low voltage, most certainly. So the ACC line is not yet hooked up because I was wondering which one I needed. I figured that one out. So if I take my multi-emitter, just pop it down here. So my ignition is off, and I just go like this. Turn it on, and I plug in this one first. So what I did is I just went looking for the wire that's the live one. I think it was this one. Just pop it in like this, and then there we go. Put this one on the minus, and I should be reading, well, in this case, nothing. If I turn this on, it's on. Put it on again. Yeah, here we go. Yay. And there we go. So I went to the store and I turned the charger off. You can see how fast it's dropping. So when it goes below 9 volts, the GPS shuts off. So my battery is shut, which sucks because these are quite expensive. It's a small one, but still, it sucks. Oh well, at least I know the problem. I'll hook it up to the charger, and I'll plug in and I'll fix the wiring. So I'll just piggyback off the AC line here, which is the red one here, or this one. So this one. Just also it's a custom job because it's a Kawasaki key with a Honda wiring loom. So yeah. Anyway, that's it. I'm gonna hook that up and then I'm done for now. I'm not gonna hook up the shut off just yet because I need a new battery because I don't want any weird errors shutting off my ignition. So meh. So got the ACC line hooked in temporarily just to do it as a check. So if I turn on the power, I should get a warning. Ta-da! And I turn it off, I should get another warning. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Right, so that works. Just gonna have to make it part of the normal existing wiring loom so nobody can tell, and then it's done. Cool. It works. Great. So I'm gonna blah 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 blah. I forgot what I was gonna say. Anyway, I remember now. So I'm done with the final assembly of the GPS unit. I tested it out. Works amazing, perfectly now. I also had a relay here for the cutoff, and I decided not to use this one because I put it directly on the timing signal that runs from the crankshaft over here. So it goes up. The exhaust, there's a wire. It's this one, and essentially it's just the trigger for the ignition, which comes up here, this one, and I just loop them through the relay, and so it goes in and goes out back to the ignition. I use 3 single connectors, so if I ever remove the relay, the GPS, I just switch it back to the old system and plug these in and remove the GPS. Works fine. So got everything sorted. Here's the, well, your black and your red, so your plus and your minus. Here's the AC wire or ACC wire. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess. It's really sensitive. It works really great. Just have to keep an eye on the battery, that it doesn't go below 9 volts, but with a fresh battery this will last for weeks, if not months. What else? Yeah, I'm gonna demonstrate in a sec how the skill switch works. It works spot on. It's like, and it's off, so it works really nice. Yeah, one more thing, I want to put a battery switch in it as well with an extra battery, so I kind of want like a small 12-volt battery hidden somewhere over here maybe, that actually powers the relay instead of the battery, because if I take this out it stops working, of course. So I would rather have like a switch that only powers a battery that powers this, so it has its own dedicated battery. But I'll do that in another video for another bike, and I'll maybe even show the whole process of making the small wiring loom adjustments and stuff like that. For now, I'm gonna put back the gas tank and the seat. Anyway, without further ado, I shall assemble my bike and start it and turn it off, and that's wow, amazing. Anyway, see you in a bit again. Hello. Okay, so I'm gonna start the bike and then get off it and show you on the camera how the whole app works, and then it will turn off and it will say, well, wow, it works, and then the video's over, and then bye. Whoa, amazing. Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, as you could see, that was the whole thing. It turns off now, so if anybody tries to steal my bike, I can go after him and just go like, boop, and then it turns off. I mean, this bike is from 1984, I think. Hold up. And yeah, it's more modern than most modern bikes now. Smarter anyway, so perfect. Yeah, well, I hope you guys enjoyed my whole GPS video, and I'll probably do a part 2 with installing an extra battery with a switch that controls the charging of the 2 batteries then, and whatnot. I'll probably go a bit more in depth on how to do the whole wiring thing. It's not that hard, but still. And I'm still going to do a riding video, just to show how it runs with the new carb and everything. And I'm going to do a painting video after this of the whole crap over there, because I have to redo them all. Also, I'm apparently a boat mechanic now because somebody dropped this off to repair. I don't fucking know. Anyway, yeah, also I have a omvormer, what do you call these things, for solar panels. Anyway, which I still need to repair. I bought the parts for it because it. Let me check. Maybe I. Yeah, so it blew these two boyos up. So apparently the guy who was installing this put too many voltage on one of the lines, and well, these are now toast. So I bought some parts for it. Some of the resistors here were toast as well, so I bought some parts for this. And then I'll have a very cheap ass converter. That's it, converter for my cheap ass solar panels. So yeah, cool. This is it. I hope you enjoyed my greatest video ever, which doesn't say much, but still, I hope I earned a super ripperkruip and a lick and a lick and a notification thumbs up bell thingy. You know, stick some veren in my kont, and I will be very very much appreciated. Bye now. Bye, and until the next time.